of being an LGAT, or Large Group Awareness Training. The workshop Aaron participated in was called Create Powerful, hosted by Onso Core, and was intended to help entrepreneurs with personal and professional growth for their businesses. Some have compared this to an LGAT, which are also self-help seminars that incorporate psychological and somewhat cult-like practices. Both cost a large amount of money, both take place over several days with a group of people involved, and both promise to help attendees achieve better success with their business. Many have expressed fear that the techniques used in LGATs can be very harmful, but there's little scientific evidence to support this claim. Others have attempted to tie this to the overstock scandal that happened a few months prior. In August of 2019, then CEO of Overstock, Patrick Byrne, resigned after issuing a statement where he claimed to be involved in political espionage. And Erin did used to work at Overstock, and she did have a meetup with old colleagues. If there is a connection there, it's honestly outside the realm of this video, and seems to be a whole other conspiracy on its own. Finally, an eco-terrorist group known as the Individualists Tending Towards the Wild, or simply the ITS, claims to be responsible for the death of Aaron, as well as another tech CEO, Tushar Atre. In Tushar's case, he was kidnapped from his home in Santa Cruz on October 1st, 2019, and was found dead the next day. However, this claim has not been verified, and there's no evidence to suggest the group's involvement.
Shock!
One of the oddest aspects of this case is, of course, her last comments before her disappearance. She exclaimed to her mother, "It's all a game, it's a thought experiment, we're in the Matrix." Even though it's quite a bizarre thing for someone to say right before their suspicious death, it might actually be explainable, but more on that in a moment. I think it's safe to say that most people watching this video know what the Matrix is, but just in case you don't, the Matrix is this philosophical idea that the universe and everything that it's made up of is a simulation. This is most popularly depicted in the 1999 movie of the same name, where our main protagonist Neo finds out that humanity has been enslaved by the machines, an advanced race of artificial intelligence, and the life that he was experiencing was just information being fed to his brain.
I don't wear no brand new knickers, but I have to, because last year I went down, I had a t-shirt on, Joan of Arc told me to put a pair of trousers on.
What is
Joan of Arc?
How do you define?
Well, they follow what
Talking about what you can see, smell, taste,
And see,
really simply
on the
electrical signals
same.
interpreted by the brain.
Snipes, bastard.
Now, I don't think the people who believe in the idea of the Matrix also believe that machines and robots will one day overthrow humanity, but instead they believe that at some point, human consciousness, something that we don't currently fully understand, became understood to the point of it being replicable. And so, like humans usually do, we went for it and succeeded. Given how much our technology has evolved in the past few decades, and how more integrated AI technology has been in our everyday lives, I wouldn't say that creating a simulation of our world in the next couple hundred years or so isn't entirely unlikely. And if that's the case, then who's to say we're not already in a simulation?
If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then the games will become indistinguishable from reality. Indistinguishable. It would seem to follow that the arc that we're in base reality is one in both.
Of course, this is all just a theory, based on a number of assumptions that makes for a fun, philosophical conversation. But such technology that can read our movements and replicate them in a simulation is already being developed. And as previously stated, Aaron's company, Tinker Ventures, did endorse the advent of brain-machine interface technology, particularly from the company Control Labs, founded by Thomas Reardon of Microsoft fame. The company sought to create a future in which machines are natural extensions of thoughts and movements, according to Medium. Control Labs will connect your nervous system to your technology and allow your brain to send commands through the muscles in your arm. It's so sensitive, you don't even have to move your arm or hand to make it work. The controller just gets the idea. The future of brain-machine interfaces is non-invasive. Instead of surgical implants, Control Labs uses state-of-the-art detection and machine learning to read your neurons from outside the body. The first step will be technology precisely picking up the signals from inside your body to control devices outside of it with little more than natural gestures. The next step, and we're already closer than most people realize, will be reading attention directly from your brain. This, combined with Erin's last words to her family and her mysterious death, have led some to believe that she may have stumbled upon some grand conspiracy involving our world being a simulation. Unfortunately, this was all we had to work with for the next couple of months, as no new details about Erin's death would be discovered, leaving her case as a mystery. That is, until February of 2020.
So you need a freelancer. The obvious choice is going to Fiverr and finding designers, programmers, and more in seconds. But you're not obvious. You're mysterious. Unique. A non-conformist. You want to try finding freelancers yourself without Fiverr because you have time. It's not like you've got a deadline or a business to run or an anger management group you need to out of my way, Janice. You'd rather spend your time interviewing 50 graphic designers.
I prefer brand stylists.
Instead of easily finding a top-rated one on Fiverr. Nice. Now show me their portfolio. Okay, Anna. Great bag. AB simplicity just isn't for you. So you'll find yourself in that overpriced boutique studio that charges triple for the same gig and think to yourself, well, at least they gave me a tiny branded water bottle because you know how important it is to keep hydrated. Fiverr lets you set the budget without compromising on quality. The last thing you want are surprises or setbacks.
It's your deadline.
Fiverr lets you set the schedule and delivery time to precisely meet your
Deadline.
Great metaphor. You can go now. Oh, and one last thing. Fiverr puts an end to endless paperwork. That's right. No more forms to fill out. But hey, you can just get a qualified coworker to do that, right? Mommy, look! He's an artist, just like his father. Do the obvious and find your freelancer at Fiverr.com.
An ally has been slain.
My name's Chad, and this is my 15 Destiny. If you watch to the end of this video, I'm going to show you a business model you can use to generate a 5-figure income online and only working at it 1 hour per week, or actually less than 1 hour per week. And you might ask, how does this work? How could a 16-year-old generate this kind of income only working 1 hour per week?
No! It is not possible!
Most people don't know about these math lab, but you imagine if every time a tow truck made money, you made money too. Or if every time a local electrician got paid, you got paid too. Millions of dollars are spent with local businesses every day, and this simple
In February of 2020, a cause of death was finally identified for Erin Valenti. According to the autopsy reports, her death was due to natural causes, following an acute manic episode, though it didn't specify what exactly killed her. Although Erin's husband claimed that she had no previous mental or drug-related issues, Erin did have a thyroid condition that was later treated with medication. According to Business Insider, it's possible that she could have died due to this previous condition that she thought was already taken care of. But the blood samples taken were, quote, not satisfactory for an analysis. Furthermore, an investigation into some of Erin's last electronic communications showed symptoms of a manic episode, according to the San Jose Medical Examiner's Office. They eventually concluded that her death was due to an undiagnosed Psychiatric disorder. Bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is defined as an illness in which one experiences periods of extremely high moods and extremely low moods. You can think of these two periods as opposite ends of a pole, hence the name bipolar disorder. According to Dr. Po Wang, a psychiatrist from Stanford University who specializes in bipolar disorder, the condition is frequently undiagnosed, and what often follows after is a period of depression and irritability, where suicide attempts are common. In Erin's case, she could have experienced her manic episode sometime after visiting her friends in Silicon Valley. This causes her to call her parents and frantically talk about life being a thought experiment or the Matrix. Her company was interested in that kind of technology after all. Following that conversation, she rushes to the airport, experiences a wave of depression, parks her vehicle in a San Jose neighborhood, and dies shortly thereafter. Even so, if Erin had committed suicide, the method by which she did so is still unclear. However, it's not entirely unlikely. A study conducted at the University of California, San Francisco surveyed 242 entrepreneurs and found that 49% of them reported having at least one mental health condition. When compared to a small sample of 93 non-entrepreneurs, they were noticeably more likely to report having some type of mental health condition. The entrepreneurs were then asked to specify on their condition. 30% reported having depression, 29% reported having ADHD, 12% reported having substance abuse, 11% were reported having bipolar disorder, and 27% reported having anxiety. In comparison, 7% of the US population have identified themselves as depressed, according to the National Institute of Mental Health. All of this would seem to suggest a link between having mental health disorders and entrepreneurship. And this isn't too surprising. Take Aaron Swartz, for example. He was an entrepreneur and internet activist, who was mostly known as the co-founder of Reddit. He wrote about his own struggles with depression on his online blog, and after being arrested, he committed suicide. There are dozens of examples and articles written on the subject, and perhaps Aaron could have been affected by this as well. However, because Aaron's body was found a few days after she died, the autopsy report admitted that their findings were inconclusive. Furthermore, her family just doesn't believe that she was the type of person to kill herself. Following her death, Erin's family started the Erin Valenti Women in Entrepreneurship Scholarship with the goal of raising $100,000 for aspiring female entrepreneurs at the University of Utah. She always believed that more women should pursue an entrepreneurship, and this scholarship was created to honor that dream. Whatever happened to Erin Valenti will remain a mystery. As her mother Agnes remarks, we may never find an answer.
Has been slain.
Thunder and lightning!
An ally has been slain. Been slain. Ally has been slain.
I see.
enemy has been bested.
The rain gods!
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
Thunder and lightning!
An enemy has been bested. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has fallen. Killing spree. An enemy has been bested. An ally has been slain.
Thunder and lightning!
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Thunder and lightning!
Killing spree. An ally has fallen. enemy has been bested. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been bested.
I need a rest.
An ally has been slain. An ally has fallen. Killing spree. An ally has been slain.